Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the channel World of Wrestling. Here today to discuss about Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2021 review and my attitude on this pay-per-view. Outside of the main event, the rest of this card was, the opener, the Ultimate X match, excellent match. Really enjoyed that one. But by the time we got to Madman Fulton and Shira, and they went up against Finn Juice with David Finlay and Juice Robinson, this show went right down the fucking tubes until the main event. I actually was not entertained by anything that took place after the fifth match on the show. To be quite frank with you, until the main event. Everything else after that was just really god-awful, boring shit. Deonna Purrazzo, she retained her championship against Thunder Rosa. And this show was full of a bunch of newcomers coming into Impact Wrestling that came from bigger promotions, such as Thunder Rosa. I don't know if Thunder Rosa is still employed with AEW or not. If not, I guess we will see more of her, or this might be a one-off. Who the hell knows? Mickie James also made her appearance after the match was over, and Deonna Purrazzo was not too satisfied with that. She was very upset. She felt like she was hogging her spotlight after a huge victory against a name like Thunder Rosa, which I kind of agree with a little bit. And Mickie James' whole purpose of coming out there was to ask her if she would like to show up on NWA Power. Not that anyone can really view NWA Power unless you have Fight TV, and I think you have to pay some kind of subscription towards NWA to be able to watch their weekly televised shows. Me, I'm not taking my time and wasting it on fucking NWA. Sorry. Not saying that's a shit show. Not saying NWA is garbage. But I'd rather be able to watch it for free on YouTube than go on Fight TV and spend like $4.99 a month when I already got a bunch of subscriptions anyway that I have to pay for on top of that. So sorry guys, but no dice. I can't do it. It was very entertaining to see. I thought it was very awesome to see Mickie James back in Impact Wrestling. I'd rather see her on like NWA. I think, or not NWA. What the hell? She already is on NWA. AEW, and going up against Brett Baker for the AEW Women's Championship. I think that would be a fucking fantastic idea. I think a lot of people would enjoy seeing that matchup. Granted, I don't want Mickie James beating Brett Baker, the DMD. That would be really fucking stupid. But just to see the match take place would be awesome. I think Mickie James would bring her to a really good match and bring the best out of her. So that's just my thoughts on that, if that was to ever happen, but I doubt it will anytime soon. So let's go right into this card. Just go over the matches. I'll give you my one being the low, the 1 star being the shit end of the stick of the match, and 5 being the highest. So let's go right into it. We had the Ultimate X match for the Impact X Division Championship. Josh Alexander being the champion going in, defending it against Petey Williams, Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, and Rohit Raju. And I gotta say, despite the fact the venue is too small, in my opinion, for a match like this, because they could have done a lot more entertaining risks and dives that would have made this match a hell of a lot better, and I think these guys would have been well capable of doing it, because despite the fact that they did not have a bigger venue to do this match, They did a great job of what they had. An excellent job. You couldn't ask any more from these guys. They did a great line of work, what they did here. Awesome shit. Josh Alexander, he's not an X Division wrestler. I would have to say he's a really good ground-based technician wrestler. But, man, did he fucking excel in this match for what he has as wrestling base for himself. I'm not saying he's a shit wrestler. He's a mat-based wrestler, but for a guy that's competing against a bunch of guys that are high flyers and acrobatics, I gotta say he did a great job holding his own in this match. He was fucking unbelievably good. With all that being said and everybody's work done in this match, I gotta give it a 4 out of 5 stars easily. Easily. One of the best spots I have ever seen in an X Division match. Now, there's been other spots that are pretty memorable. I mean, if you followed TNA/Impact Wrestling and Ultimate X matches, I mean, you got guys doing... One guy was hanging on the cable, and somebody just came off the top rope and drop kicked his ass while he's hanging from upside down. He flipped and fell on his neck. I think that was Chris Sabin who did that. I believe. It's been a long time since I've seen that footage, but man, was that fucking gruesome. And there was a couple other things. AJ Styles was in a bunch of these moments in Ultimate X. It just great stuff from back in the day in TNA. Too bad that shit doesn't happen anymore. But yeah, one of the spots that have never been done in an Ultimate X match, which I thought was very cool. Yeah, Trey Miguel had Heat Raju, I believe, in a crossface. You then had one other guy, I think it was Chris Bay, having Trey Miguel in a rear naked sleeper hold, I should say. And then you had somebody else in an ankle lock, while also in the same breath had fucking Chris Bay in a sleeper hold as well. And while the guy is hanging upside down with Josh Alexander putting his opponent inside of in a ankle lock while hanging upside down, by all means. Everybody's in a submission hold here, and they're all like, what the? I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is crazy. This is as crazy as the Terror of Doom, where all the guys are stacked up on the top rope and they all get slammed to the mat. Well, that's what this was. It was fucking weird as hell. I've never seen anything like this. It was very innovative and different. And man, was it fucking cool. Not that it really did any deep impact or get you out of your seat and go, oh my god, holy shit, I hope that guy's okay. But just to see a bunch of guys doing something that's never been done before, yes, like I said, it may not be impactful as like bone-crushing eye viewing, but man, it was actually different. And I thought it was cool. I really did. I thought it was very interesting to see them doing something different in a match like this that really is more about high-flying maneuvers and impactful, carnage and all that kind of stuff. So I gotta give these guys credit. They were really good. The second best match on the card, actually. Matt Cadona and Chelsea Green has made it back to Impact Wrestling. Now, Chelsea Green worked in Impact Wrestling at one point, and now she's back with the company. She was let go by WWE. Why they did that, I have no idea, but she was actually good in this match, and fuck WWE for releasing her. But we got Eva Marie in WWE as an employee of this company, but we don't have Chelsea Green there. Same thing with Mickie James. What the fuck's up with that, people? Can someone please tell me what the hell is this? It's not like Eva Marie has been delivering anything important on the show for Monday Night Raw, from what I've heard. And I'm not surprised by that by any means whatsoever. So, whatever, man. But yeah, Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona teamed together against Brian Myers and Tennille Dashwood. Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green pick up the victory here. Chelsea Green is the one that gets the win and the pinfall over Tennille Dashwood. Very entertaining match. I give it, just to be polite, a 3 out of 5 stars. It was an average match. It wasn't nothing special. But Chelsea Green displayed some good stuff here. The match was only 6 minutes, so it wasn't that long of a match. We had Morrissey defeating Eddie Edwards in a singles match. This was a decent match as well. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I have to say, Impact Wrestling has done a good job with Big Cass. Mainly because of the fact they're making him seem relevant. He's coming across like their version of Lance Archer. I really feel that way, only he's on a winning streak. Lance Archer is not. So yeah, they're kind of making him like the Impact's version of Lance Archer. I wouldn't say Braun Strowman. God help us all, man. Holy shit. He ever starts looking like Braun Strowman, his career is done. He might as well hang up the boots, walk away, and go find another fucking job. Because Braun Strowman, in my opinion, is fucking garbage of big men in wrestling, in modern day wrestling, man. What fucking crap. What else? We then had Finley, I almost said David Robinson, which is a basketball player, David Finley and Juice Robinson defeating Shira and Madman Fulton in an impromptu tag team match because they were upset that during the beginning of the show, they weren't allowed at ringside for the X Division title match. I don't know, guys. You kind of fucked the people over that were in this matchup a lot throughout the weeks leading up to the pay-per-view. So why wouldn't they want to kick you out of the fucking match altogether to make sure that it's an even playing field for everyone to actually be able to win the freaking title or have a chance to win the title? Fucking dumb. This match sucked ass. I give it a 1 out of 5 stars. I didn't even pay attention to this match whatsoever. Chris Sabin versus Moose. This was an okay match. I'm not going to say it was amazing, but it was an okay match. Chris Sabin won by a roll-up pinfall. Now, granted, a lot of you would probably say, hey, aren't you going to go off about this? Well, I would if it was WWE. This is not WWE. This is Impact Wrestling. I watch Impact Wrestling on a weekly basis every Monday night before before Monday Night Raw, and I don't watch Raw anyway, so I'm not missing anything. Thought I'd just throw that out there to you guys, just to take a jab at WWE for being shit. But yeah. It was an okay match, and the thing is, Impact Wrestling does not do roll-up pins every single match like you watch on a Monday Night Raw, or even sometimes SmackDown. SmackDown last night, by the way, didn't have that many roll-up pins. I think they had it once. That was in that 6-man tag team match. The rest of the card, you saw actual finishes. So, kudos to them on that episode, by the way. That was probably the only good thing that they did. And the 3 matches that I mentioned that were good. Other than that, the rest of the show sucked. It didn't mean a continental shit to me. So, bottom line, Chris Sabin wins by a roll-up pinfall against Moose. Alright. What does this do for Moose? If anything, hurt him in the long run. I don't particularly agree with the decision. I'm not saying that I'm upset about the roll-up pinfall. What I am upset about is Moose has got another loss under his record here. After the the Impact Wrestling World title match, he has been losing. He's not exactly racking up wins. He's taking losses here. What's next? We're going to see Chris Sabin go up against Kenny Omega? Well, actually, there was a big surprise at the end of the show, which I'll get into after the match was over with the World Championship match. Once I get there, I'll discuss that. But yeah, this match, it was average. I'm going to give it a 3. I'm going to be polite, give it a 3, but I'm not very happy with the ending to this match. Not for the roll-up pinfall, but for the winner, I thought should have been Moose. Moose should have walked away with a victory on Chris Sabin and displayed dominance in this matchup. Now, granted, he wasn't getting his ass kicked or anything. I mean, if that was the case, I'd really be pissed off here. But he lost by a stupid roll-up pin. And, you know, Chris Sabin winning the match doesn't really help Moose in any way, shape, or form of being able to have an opportunity for another world title match in the future. That really kind of hurts him. So it's kind of lame to do that to a guy that had a potential of being the guy to possibly beat Kenny Omega for the World Championship in a clean one-on-one matchup where there's no outside interference. They could always add that stipulation in if they want to go back to that match at some point down the line. But the way they got Moose right now, I'm not really liking it. He's been losing too much. The Good Brothers actually win the tag team titles against Violent by Design, who are the tag team champions going in. Rich Swann and Willie Mack. We had Follow Ball and, oh my god. So they take TJP off the card to introduce a new star. Now, I hope this was done because TJP really couldn't make it to the event. If they did this deliberate, they had No Way Jose be the substitution for TJP. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, the damn conga line show up at this event too. Am I watching WWE 2.0 here? Are you fucking for real? This is ridiculous. This is one fucking rant you guys are going to enjoy right here in this video. I cannot believe that they would revert to this guy's character from WWE and bring it into Impact Wrestling. Why the fuck would they do that? It's bad enough they brought No Way Jose into Impact Wrestling. They gotta have him use the same fucking gimmick that got him nowhere in WWE onto this show? What the fuck? My god, man. What fucking dipshits. And you wonder why Impact Wrestling is where it is and they're nowhere even close to AEW or WWE's level. Hell, they're not even close to NXT's level. Even though, yeah, they're part of the same company. They're part of WWE. But, I mean, they can't even get the same kind of venues NXT gets. NXT at least gets 1,000 people. These fuckers, they had like only 200 fucking people. But then again, maybe I'm being a little too harsh and of judging them because they don't have WWE in their back pocket to give them the kind of money they need to have the kind of venues they could be at. So maybe I'm a little wrong on what I said here. And if I am, I apologize to any of you Impact enthusiasts who absolutely love Impact for whatever fucking reason. I mean, I'm reviewing it because I call myself World of Wrestling. I call this channel World of Wrestling, so I'm trying to provide as much outside wrestling besides WWE garbage that I possibly can to live up to the name of World of Wrestling. Get my point? So, I just don't get this. This is the dumbest fucking thing I ever seen. You got No Way Jose acting like No Way Jose from WWE. This is fucking stupid. You leave WWE so you can continue the same fucking character that got you nowhere in the lamest fucking company right now in the United States of America? What the hell's wrong with you, man? That was his idea. What a dipshit. Really. Nobody's gonna care about your conga line bullshit gimmick. It sucks. and it blows. So who gives a shit? Match itself, 2.5 out of 5 stars. I just didn't particularly care for this match all that much. I really didn't. I didn't even pay attention to it. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Thunder Rosa for the Impact Women's Championship. My thoughts on this match. Average match. Didn't keep my attention for very long. I wasn't excited for this match. I was actually a little sad that we got to see Thunder Rosa in Impact Wrestling, because Thunder Rosa is so much better than this fucking show. And I would like to see Impact improve and become better and get to where they were when they were TNA. But my God, Thunder Rosa has fallen. And I hope this is a one-off for her. This is not an actual permanent thing for her to be on this show. Because, damn, did this show suck. I'm honest with you guys. I didn't care for this show that much. This show was average at best with a lot of big surprises. One of which I don't fucking care to see. No Way Jose, sorry, you can go No Way Jose yourself somewhere else. Because you fucking suck. I didn't care for what he did in the friggin' tag team match. Thought it was trash. But yeah, Deonna Purrazzo, whatever her fucking last name is, how do you pronounce it? She wins the match, thought the match was okay, didn't think it was bad. Pretty much the same dry cut bullshit. I'll be nice though, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 stars. It's average match. Nothing terrible that occurred here. It just didn't really entertain me that much. The crowd wasn't all that hyped up about it. They sounded like they were, happy to see it, but I mean, they weren't like screaming at the top of their lungs going, "Oh my God, this is amazing! This is awesome!" No, they didn't hear any of that shit. You didn't hear any of it. You know what happens after the match is over? Mickie James showed up. So, there you go. Now, the main event was the best match on this card. The best match. Absolutely, hands down, the absolute best. Kenny Omega defends the Impact World Championship against Sami Callihan, and they are living up to the name. He's a wrestling god. The guy is fucking unbelievable. He's placed in a hardcore matchup, no holds barred. The deck is stacked against him, and he manages to pull off a victory regardless. He gets interference as usual, but he pulls off the victory, and he walks away victorious with the World Championship. He sticks thumbtacks into his knee pad. He drives it directly into Sami Callihan. He sticks fucking thumbtacks down his mouth, in his mouth, and then he does another V-trigger straight to the fucking kisser, hits the one-wing angel, and walks right on top of the thumbtacks, and walks away victorious with the Impact Wrestling World Championship. He had his ass kicked in this match. Not that Sami Callihan didn't get his ass kicked either. Sami Callihan looked pretty banged up his own self. He used a fucking pizza cutter on freaking Kenny Omega at one point in the match, very early in the match. And he wasn't bleeding. It was a blade job. You could easily tell it was, because when Sami Callihan immediately licked the pizza cutter, and there was no blood there to be found on his tongue. So, I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. There was all kinds of shit that took place during this match. I mean, it was insane. Tables, garbage cans, garbage lids, barbed wire, chairs with barbed wire around, I mean, you got the whole enchilada. You didn't get those fucking kendo sticks. Give me a fucking break with these WWE hardcore matches you get. Oh, let's get 50 million kendo sticks and hit each other with it. Oh, that's so impactful. Oh my god. Yeah. We're so fucking entertaining and hardcore, right? Yeah, right, sure. Whatever, you fucking geeks. Jesus Christ. You want a hardcore match? This was a hardcore match. This was ECW type style hardcore match. You want hardcore, you go to ECW from back in the day. That's when you want to see hardcore shit. That's where you go. You want to learn how to be a hardcore wrestler? That's where you go. You go to ECW. That's where they do all the hardcore shit. They did it right back in the day. All the matches were fixed, but they all killed each other in every freaking match that they did. These guys fucking tore each other apart. That's what made ECW one of the greatest fucking promotions, even though they never lived up to the potential of being able to have a venue like WCW and WWE. They always gave it their all, and they fucking killed themselves doing it. May not have been pretty wrestling, but man, did they fucking earn their paychecks. That's all I can say about that. And this match was exactly the same. They delivered their work into this match. They fucking earned their paycheck tonight, and they kicked each other's fucking asses. And Kenny Omega walks away victorious. Match I'm giving is a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm giving it that extra half point to it, just to be generous, because it was better than the X Division matchup. Now, what I will say that I absolutely adored here, and I thought it was fucking awesome, the slight ending I would have to say was kind of fucked up and made me go, what the hell is this? The same thing happened with my friend Matt. He actually asked me in text, what the hell was that? That was a really shitty ending. And I said it was a cliffhanger. He says, I understand it was a cliffhanger, but man, that's a pretty weird way to have a cliffhanger. I kind of agree with the comment you made there, Matt, so don't worry. Because I thought it was pretty fucking awful, too. But Jay White showed up. You first have Bullet Club logo show up on the Titantron, their little screen that they got. And the lights are going out, it's all black, you see Bullet Club on the main screen, and I'm going, Bullet Club? Who the fuck are they gonna have show up from Bullet Club? And all of a sudden, Jay White shows up. I'm like, what? What the fuck's he doing in Impact Wrestling? So he's walking down the aisle, he gets in the ring. The Elite, Good Brothers, and Don Callis and Kenny Omega, they're doing the wolf, thing, like what the NWO used to do all the time. And he's having none of it. He's just standing there looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? Raising your hands up in the air and praise for me. Like, you think I'm your friend? Fuck you, bitch. He's just standing there with the Never Open Weight Championship belt on his shoulder. He's just looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? I ain't your friend. And then out of nowhere, some dude shows up and the Impact Wrestling logo gets on the screen. They go blank. And I'm going, what the fuck is this? Are you serious? You're not going to at least have them show the guy running down the ramp and attacking Kenny Omega and the fucking rest of the Elite? That's some bullshit, man. So, yeah, I thought that was shit. I thought that ending wasn't exactly all that good. They should have just had Jay White standing in the middle of the ring with the Elite just holding their hands up in the air for a salute and, touch of respect, whatever you want to call it, and end it there. And that could have been their cliffhanger. They didn't need to have some random dude show up out of nowhere down a ramp and then instantly go, hey, goodbye, see ya. Like, what the fuck? They didn't even say, thank you for joining us, have a great night, we'll see you again on Impact Wrestling. None of that. We just got oh, guy running down the, and then the show goes off. What the fuck? What kind of ending is that? I gotta say, that was probably one of the shittiest endings I've ever seen on a pay-per-view. Now, I'm pretty sure there's been shittier than that, but my god, that was fucking weird. Anyway, guys, that is the overall pay-per-view that I have to say for this. My opinion is this show was hit and miss throughout the entire card, and personally, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I thought it was alright for some of the matches, but if you wanted to sit through an entire card and watch this show, you're just wasting your time. This was really not that fucking good of a Slammiversary. Probably one of the worst ones in the last couple of years. So bottom line, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. I thank you very much for watching and have a great night, guys. Bye.